So I want you to come to a comfortable seat. For me, I've got my feet crossed behind me. I'm sitting on my heels, whatever. Okay, you can be in a Padmasana, cross-legged. You can be in a chair. Okay, so I want to work back on 4-part breath. Okay, so we're gonna inhale through the nose if you're clear enough. Okay, hold the breath in. Exhale through the nose. Hold the breath out. Right? Inhale, hold the breath in, and here we go. So we're going to let's start with an 8 count on each part. Box breath. It's also called box breath, right? So we go inhale up, hold, exhale down, hold, right? That 4-part box breath. Okay, so first I'll coach you through into getting dropped in a little bit, all right? So let the noises be, let the temperature be, notice it and let it go. Okay, so we are not distracted by that, don't care. Okay, so what we do care is about the internal environment. So we have the heart rate or the heartbeat. We have the breath coming into the body, whether it's through the nose or through the mouth. Okay, we have the head sitting on our shoulders and the torso sitting on our hips. And knees and ankles. So just notice the body. Okay. And then anchor in your sit bones, kind of ground down. Imagine roots growing like a tree into the ground, through your mat, through your floor, into the earth. And from that, the spine rises. Taller and taller and taller. Each vertebrae getting a little bit longer and higher. Right? Long neck. Good, and then the jaw softens and the eyeballs soften. Shoulders and neck soften, but the spine stays strong. And now let's turn to breath. So let's all exhale together. Big inhale. Full exhale. And here we go for 5 rounds. So big inhale, nice and slow, but big. Hold. Exhale slowly. Hold the breath out. Slow inhale. Hold the breath in. Slow exhale. Hold the breath out. Slow inhale. Tall spine, long neck, chin tuck, soft neck, soft jaw. Hold the breath in. Slow exhale. Soften the hips, soften the knees, soften the ankles. Hold the breath out. Slow inhale. Hold the breath in. Slow exhale. Letting go. Hold the breath out. Nice slow inhale. Hold the breath in. Slow exhale. And hold the breath out. Good, and then normal inhale. And exhale. Let your normal breath pattern come back slowly into focus. Opening the eyes. Now we're centered. Okay, now we have a place of awareness. We can move with intuition. Okay, that inner guidance. I'll make suggestions and I expect you to honor your limitations, your challenges, and where you are today. Okay, so every day is different and we're only going to work with today. So let's go ahead and come onto our belly. We'll start with crocodile breath. Okay, so for those of you that aren't aware, we have our elbows wide. Palms rest on the floor on top of each other and the forehead rests on the palms. If that's a little bit of a stretch for you, okay, you can make one fist lightly rest your head on your hands. Okay, so we're rounding the upper back, chest is off the ground, tops of the feet are pressing down, pelvis is pressing down. We're pulling from the elbows forward, getting long through the back, and then reaching long through the top of the head. Good, now we're softening everywhere that's not working. We're pressing firmly into the elbows to keep that rounded back. And then we come back to that big inhale in the belly. Okay, so we can also call this 360 breath, where you start to feel your rib cage expand, your low back expand. Really fill up in the lower body. Exhale, empty, empty, empty. The proprioception, inhale. Proprioception of the inhale, right, gives that feedback to the low body to expand. Do not breathe with the neck. Do not breathe with the chest. Okay, the chest will expand, but secondary to the lungs filling up. The muscles of the chest or neck are not breathing muscles, or at least not primary breathing muscles. As the diaphragm drops down, it pushes the organs down, so you get the belly to expand. With the floor there, you get the ribs to expand, which is really the direction we want the breath to go anyway. Okay, we want that rib cage to expand. We want the low back to fill up. Big exhale. Beautiful. One more inhale, deep in the belly. We're turning on the erectors of the spine right now. Okay, so intrinsic core. Now, release the hands, bring them down beside you in the shape of a W. Forehead rests on the mat. Full exhale, everything turns off. There's nothing that needs to be working here. Inhale, get long. Exhale, melt, soften. As we inhale next round, we're going to bring everything up. Chest lifts, arms lift, legs lift. Exhale down. We're going to call this modified Superman. Little lighter variation, then hands forward. Inhale, rise. Start to follow your breath. Okay, I get to jabbering along. I want to finish my thought, but I also want to make sure I cue you guys to move properly. And that begins with following your breath. Typically, we exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. We also inhale, pressurize, right? So most of you have been with me for the beginner course or the intro course, I probably should call it, right? Breathing behind the shield. Creating intra-abdominal pressure. It's crucial to spinal stability and as a result, hip shoulder mobility. Inhale up. Exhale down. So notice what muscles are turning on, right? This can be effortless. The muscles work, right? It's a clear communication between the nervous system and the muscle. Not a big deal. There's no load, right? We don't have you weighted down. We're not asking that much, except for functional movement. We're asking for extension of the spine, extension of the hips. We're asking for the glutes to fire, the erectors of the spine to fire. No big deal. Now, we're going to come up and hold. Inhale up, hold. And now we're going to reach forward. Exhale, bring it back. Arms to the side, stay up. Inhale, reach forward. Again, we're not struggling. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arms to the side. We've got 5 more. A little higher. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, contracting. Do not rush it. We had that 4-part breath. That's our rhythm, okay? That's how we want to move through most of our practice. 2 more. Slow and steady, smooth, and with grace. Come down. Let's push it back to a child's pose. Exhale, let it go. So, testament of your fitness is how quickly you recover, okay? Stressful environment. Here we go, on all fours, right? Quadruped, arms stacked, wrist, elbow, shoulder, knees under hips. Just a quick cat-cow, right? Soften that spine as you inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, turn the pelvis under, round the back, release the head. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, tailbone under, round and round and round. Follow your breath for 5 more cycles. Very nice. Okay. Now, we're going to work to a tall plank. Okay, so now we're going to turn on the underneath core. Okay, so nice intermediate class. We got this. So let's go ahead and reach the right foot back. Tuck the toes, stretch the leg. Right, switch it, stretch the left. Nice. And breathe. Okay, so we want a wide stance in the front, right at shoulder, step both feet back, and here we go. We've got plank. So we keep the neck long, chin tucked, right? Our booty's not up in the air, and it's certainly not drooping down at all, right? We zipper the belly button to the pubic bone. So a really nice, firm, low belly. Thighs are squeezing strong. We're pushing the floor away. We're smiling. Remember, we talk about bringing a smile to class. And then we come back to breath. Full exhale. Nice, slow inhale. Full exhale. Maybe shake your head, make sure you're not carrying tension in the neck or jaw. And then lower the knees, sit back, child's pose. Beautiful. And back up onto all fours, going bird dog. You guys will learn this is a favorite of mine. Really nice way to turn on anterior obliques, right? So from opposite shoulder, opposite hip, across the front of the body. Here we go. We're going to crunch it together. So we bring the elbow toward the knee or maybe the forehead. And then we inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Super slow and total control. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. And last one. Beautiful. Open, reach, no cutting corners. Set it down. Opposite side. Reach, reach. Inhale, big. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open. Exhale, crunch. See where you're wobbling, where you need to focus. Last one, reach, crunch, reach, and down. Beautiful. I want you to sit back on your heels. We're going to stay up, post onto that left hand. Right hand comes behind the neck. Okay, we exhale under. Inhale, open. The neck turns, the head turns, the eyes go. Okay, everything works. Lead with the eyes. We're going for upper spine mobility, thoracic spine. And here we go. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. And switch. Post the right hand. Left hand behind the neck. Exhale under. Inhale up. And here we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Good. Get it. 9 and 10. Okay. Let's go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Roll the shoulders. So we want that upper spine rotate, thoracic spine, T-spine rotation. You'll certainly get used to that one. So back up, posting for a little bit of plank action. We'll make this mobile. Okay, so we're going to step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Here we go, tall plank. Now we want to get a little tapping of the shoulders. So I want the lower body to stay exactly where it's at, right? If you want to take a look, I have very little shift. Okay, we own that through the shoulder stability mechanism, right? So here we go. Jump in, tapping. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Stay with it. Keep working. If you need to come down and rest, do it. I think we're on 9, 9, 10. We're going to 12. Just to change things up. And last one. Boom, boom. Knees drop. Set back. Child's pose. Reach forward. Big reach forward. And come on up. Very nice. Interlace the fingers. Roll that out. Palms face forward. Shoulder blades down the back. Arms rise. Beautiful. Breathing. Reaching. Maybe look up. And softly release that down. Okay. So, come on up. Let's go ahead and do a quick warm up on the feet. Okay, so I'm a barefoot guy. As you can notice, if you've been with me for any time at all, you'll realize that I will encourage you to end up barefoot as well. Excuse me. Classic last photo. We were commuting from New York to Idaho, hanging out with the family for the winter. We went through the... While I tell the story, first get back on top of your toes. Start to roll this foot out. I must apologize, I'm used to most of you following already. So this is new to you. We've just come back on top of the foot and we just either rock back and forth a little bit or we start to roll it out. Okay, both directions. Super nice. And then we place the foot down and we just give it a little bounce. So you can put as much or as little weight on the back foot as you choose, dictating it by how much weight you keep in the front foot. Okay? And then we tuck the toes, and we drop the knee, drop the knee, drop the knee. And then as we switch sides, I'll finish my story. So commute out. We're at the Grand Canyon. I've got the 2.5-year-old 40 pounds backpack on my shoulders, and we set off to do a hike in the Grand Canyon, and I take off my shoes. So you can imagine the eyeballs and the commentary that were involved, but the reality was is I'm sensitized to it. My feet like it. I love the the proprioceptive feedback, and that's just how it goes. So I'll encourage you guys to start to do as much of your life as you can barefoot. Now, given these circumstances, we have a little more time. Most of us are spending an extra part of time at home. Tuck the toes, right, if you haven't already. Most of us are spending a fair more amount of time at home so we can be more barefoot, right? Shake those out, and here we go. We're going to go right into our squat. So we'll try to do 2 rounds. Let's see what the time ends up for us, but 2 rounds of 4 pieces. So here we go. We're going to start with a nice neutral squat. So we're not in sumo, right? We're not in a big wide stance, toes turned out, and we're certainly not in a narrow toes forward necessarily. But I want you to learn your comfort, right? So if narrow and feet barely turned out like I'm at, and basically hip distance a little more, toes turn out, and we drop down. If that's not comfortable, find where it is, okay? I can't really dictate with however many people we have in these workshops, a lot. So everybody's going to be a little bit different, and I want you to own that, okay? So what we don't want is burning sensation, sharp pain, any of that stuff, okay? So here we go. I want you to work as deep down as you can get, right? And let's pause there, all right? And then stand up, squeeze the thighs at the top. Super valuable, okay? Drop it down, slow, pause at the bottom. All right, here we go. We'll call that 1, slow, pause, up for 2, boom, and pause, 3, nice. Slow, pause, up for 4, boom, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, slow, pause, up, 10, we're going to 20, maybe 25, let's see how we feel, 11, 12, squeeze, lower, we'll load this stuff, don't worry, okay? We always want to get everybody, again, on the same page, equalize, know where we're going, where we've been. We did a 1-minute plank, just FYI. So if that was too much, make a note of it in your journal, okay? If you felt like you could go longer, the program ends at 3-minute plank, okay? So you have plenty to look forward to. Here we go. Last 2. You'll notice I lose count quite often because I jabber along. Okay, shake that up. Next piece, right into some push-ups. Okay, so I want you to find the best way to mark your push-up stance. So find some sort of marker. I'm just going to use a band, okay? And wherever that ends up, right, we put one hand down on that, another hand behind it, and then that is our distance to where we take our hands out, okay? And then of course we step back, reach back. Now we want shoulders over wrists in the same line. The hands can actually be wider than the shoulders at this point. So we step back, and now we're going to touch that band with our nose, right? So we come forward and down. So everybody get your band, get your marker. A coin works amazing, okay? And again, it's one hand, two hands. Take your nice wide stance. So this is not yoga push-ups. These are more of a bench press push-up. And then we step back, and now we're going to come nose to marker for 1, 2, 3, flat back, right? Same as your plank. Low belly's tight, firm. We're 5, 6, 7, 8, going to 15, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Beautiful. Drop the knees. Take the arms forward. Stretch through the armpit, through the pectoralis. Drop the chest down. Maybe look forward. Good. And then come on up onto all fours. So we're going to add the variation here. I want you guys to really start to see this. This can be one of our foundational pieces for this program, okay? We're going to lift the knees off the ground just an inch. Okay, we're going to stay here. Now I want you just to straighten the back foot. The knee does not move. Okay, we just lift the back foot off. Place it down, lift the left foot off. Now, anchor down, we're going to lift the right hand. There's not much shift. Left hand. All right, here we go. Come on down, take a look. Watch me, here we go. I'm just going to point my back foot, right? Nothing changes. Left foot, right hand, left hand, right? So, come on down, shake it out. That's going to be a super big piece of how we move forward with this program, okay? So, real quick, just a quick demo, okay? So, where we go to a side kick through from here. Boom. We move it over to the other side, right? But we start here. So, let's everybody come back. We'll do that one more round. So, hands, knees, toes are tucked. Lift the knees up. Just 1 inch. Now we're going to point the toes on the right foot. Knee doesn't move. Place it down, left foot. Boom. Place it down, left hand. Place it down, right hand. Now listen, right foot, left hand. Boom. Left foot, right hand. And everything comes down. Take a breath. Roll the wrists out. Bam. Okay. Nice shoulder opener. And back up to standing. So, we're going to go side lunge. So a big piece of what I want to get across in this program is going to be hip mobility. Okay, so let's start with a pretty wide stance. I probably have a little bit more depth than I used to, and maybe more than you have today. We're going to shift that, okay? So here we go. We're just going to start to drop down. Find your comfort zone. Try to keep the feet facing forward. Try to keep the feet flat on the ground, right? And here we go. Boom, good. Boom, there's 1. All the way, good. For 2, for 3, for 4, good, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. We're going to 12. Just for fun, because we can. And 11, and 12. Beautiful. Heel to toe. Shake it out. Now I want to show you from a side angle, or the same thing. We're going to go back to this wide stance. We're going to take it to one side, but we're going to send the hips way back, okay? So, side angle, wide stance. I come in, and then I take it back. So almost with a flat back, I was going to pick something off the ground, which is where we will go. Right? Boom. Boom. Okay, so again, here we go. So we stay high, we shift the weight, then we take the booty way back. And up, other side, over, and back. Up, over, back. So we're really just getting a big rotation in the straight hip. Yeah? Boom. Good. And just 3 more. Good. And last one, shift way back, up, over, way back. Beautiful. Shake that out. And, excuse me, let's wrap this up. So, one more piece. We're gonna go from plank to down dog to reach to plank to down dog to reach. So let's get back up in here. Join me in a tall plank position. So step it back, right? Square the hips. Feet are wide in the back. And here we go. Hips up, 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 up. Reach for the opposite ankle or knee, wherever you're at right now. Tap. Come back to plank. Push it back, opposite hand, opposite ankle, back to plank. Boom, here we go for 1, 2, sorry, that's 2. All right. 3, back to full plank, own it. I'd rather have every rep count and you stop sooner than start to compensate or flail around. Okay, sometimes you just need to come down, take a break, maybe look what's going on, and then get back in it, or maybe rewind the video and do some more. Okay, you can always pause, you can always back it up. We've got 2 more. Beautiful. And knees down, child's pose. Exhale. Very nice. Okay. So let's all come on down. We're going to take a nice wide stance or seat, right? So here we go, right? Take as wide as you can. Then take your arms behind you and scoot yourself forward. Chest opens, right? And maybe you hang out here. Feet are on, super active. I'll turn so you can see my feet stay alive, right? Activity here means activity here, means stable knee. Activity here means stable hip, right? So I'm just lightly pushing myself forward until we can start to work ourselves forward. Okay, so now we're squeezing the thighs, we're externally rotating the hip, and we're starting to move ourselves forward. So just hang out and breathe. Maybe loosen any tension in the neck. Start to maybe bounce down forward a little bit. And now come up to neutral, turn to your right leg, bend over. Maybe you reach the outside of the right leg with the left hand. Maybe you sink down further. Soften where you can. Good, softly come up through center, turn toward the left. Reach to the outside of the left leg with the right hand. Softly come in. So hang out and breathe. Let any tension go. Flatten the back. Exhale, lower. Good. And softly come out of there. Use your hands, grab inside the knee, pull your feet together. Come into whatever this diamond shape. Make some butterfly. Flap, flap, fly away. All right? Soften those hips. So again, a big part of what we're going to work through, right? Once we get through this first week, big time hip mobility, shoulder stability, and spinal mobility. Okay? So, few takeaways. Make some notes again in your journal once you finish here. Okay, hard stuff, easy stuff. Any questions that might come up. All right. So, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Anchor down through the sit bones. Long spine, long back of the neck, chin tucks. Soften the eyes, soften the throat, soften the pelvic floor, elongate the spine. Full exhale, full inhale. Maybe hold in between. Beautiful. And then bring your slowly eyes open. Maybe a little hip circle. Maybe some shoulder circles, releasing any tension that's still in there. And big hug. Pat on the back. And a virtual fist bump. Good work. See you guys tomorrow.